other people based on their where their ethnic background. I would. It's better than the white. I'm not going to get shot as much. I mean, I'm not going to get as many ticks. I'm not going to jail as frequently.
To be a certain race. That's clear. I'm saying why people think they themselves are better humans, are better people, better morally than other people that they haven't met. That's where I get confused.
Oh, I have no idea.
I think
I think it has a lot to do. Okay, why?
that comes to a classist. It's a classist situation then too, not just a racist situation.
I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Like, why does somebody ever think that they're better from someone they haven't met? I don't know.
Yeah, super simple question.
It's not at all. It's maybe the most complicated question I've ever been asked. I have no idea where to begin there.
No, because are you not saying that you're better because you're white? That's what I just heard. And I'm white, yes.
No.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, that's not the concern.
I'm not saying that I'm better.
No, she's just saying that in her situation, being pulled over as a white female.
Right. So obviously that's situationally
So
better.
let's stop because you asked me, right?
Right. Correct.
Right. Okay. Am I better from? Are we saying I'm better from whom? From white people who don't know they're racist?
No, from people of all other colors in the whole world.
No, I'm definitely not that. I'm definitely I'm racist. First off, that's thing number one. That's what's important. Before we do anything that has to do with opinion or judgment, we have to evaluate reality. We have to agree on the reality at which we are looking. We have to look at a wall and agree, the color of that wall is red or green. If we can't do that, we're kind of fucked, huh?
Well,
Right, and that's why there's two separate things. There's situationally, of course, you're better off when you're white, that you're pulled over because of every reason. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about situationally. My question is about why do people that's inherent racism? Is someone thinks that they're better than other people, another race.
Can you give me an example? Who thinks that they're better from another race? Where does that happen?
You think people that... Okay, so you're saying you're racist, but you're not better than anybody else? I'm so confused.
Oh, yes. I'm trying to use... I see what's happening here, I think. I don't want to do the whole, it's racial, not... can we just fucking say we're racist?
Definitions are different of that term and what it means.
Okay, somebody give me any argument at all. Why should we hold on to that old definition of racist? What is it for?
I don't have a good argument. I don't, but the people assume that when they hear the word, right?
Cool. So cancel me.
What?
This is all going back to, yeah, I'm white and I'm afraid of getting canceled.
So you're not important.
Who's canceling white? No one's canceling white people. What?
Well, it's not about you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not worried about it. That's why I'm saying, give me a reason this definition matters. It doesn't. So
you have to explain it.
When I'm saying I'm racist, I'm not saying, oh, I think I'm better from someone who's of a different race. I'm saying, yeah, this system in which I live, it is racist. I live there. I want to be white when I'm pulled over. I'm racist.
What racism is? Racism is when you have an intent. Racism is about intent. It's not about...
I think you're talking about overt racism.
Yeah, I think it's caveat it,
So we can all agree that our society is racist. I mean, that's ridiculous. If anyone's saying otherwise, that's ridiculous.
Thank you. Yes.
But I'm saying because of that racism that we all agree exists, it's based upon the fact of people feeling that they're better than other people.
Well, as for getting pulled over, it is better for me to be white.
That's situational.
So what? What are we defending ourselves against?
We don't
I'm fucking racist when I like being white. Like,
You don't agree that it's
safer.
that it's safer, right? Like it's not fair. You understand that
Yes, it's not
unfairly. Yeah. So that's the difference, right? So
it's not fair, and I love it.
I mean,
You're not racist because I'm not saying you. I'm saying a person racist because they like being treated a certain way when they get pulled over. They're racist because they dislike or hate or have negative feelings towards other races. That's different than basking in privilege.
Is it, or are you just are you maybe talking about overt racism versus covert racism? I don't really think we have to spend much time on overt racism. No one here is, I hope, no one here is going around like talking like oh well, black people are inferior. Like no one's doing that. No one's saying the Constitution should stay the same, and black people. What is it?
Three was it 3/5, right? 3/5.
What a weird ratio.
It was, yeah. Who decided that one, right? Yeah.
Well, there is a reason, and that's easily upable in the history. But what I'm saying is, if you're saying that you love that you don't have to worry when you get pulled over, then that means that you do not want to make it better for other people. If you love it when you get pulled over, so you don't want to make that better. You want to just keep having privilege. That in itself is inherently racist. To not want that to change.
More selfish.
I don't. Why would I? It's awesome. Police just
So why shouldn't a scared little girl who's 16 that's not white, who's terrified she might get shot?
She should. Well, whatever you're gonna say, No,
you should want to make it better for her.
I should, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay, well, security. That's super simple.
It's based in racism.
It's based in racism is based in racism doesn't come out of nowhere. It's based in insecurity.
No, about that at all. I just
small dick energy.
What I'm doing is not right.
That is small dick energy.
Sure, whatever you want to call it. I also have tiny tits. Does that help us here?
No, I'm talking. You know that I'm talking about small dick energy as a personality type, as an insecurity.
But
if you don't want to help a trembling.
I literally started
on the steering wheel because there's.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, so because
the whole suggestion is let's do this with just white people and no blacks because they've already told us.
I am a white person, and I'm telling you that you have insecure small dick energy that you don't want it, that you think it's okay for 16-year-old black kids to be trembling and wanting to piss themselves because they don't have what you have. Can we all
address my small dick energy, please? That's all I want to talk about is white people and our small dick energy, especially my own. I don't know how to not do this thing, where I do like being white. When I get
if you don't want to help other people, what do you not understand? If you don't want to help other people, then
you're a big dick energy than anything.
This is wild. I literally don't know how. I don't know how.
Well, you know what would help is just tap into empathy. There's certain people in your life that you have empathy for.
Who?
And you can have empathy for people that you don't know.
Who in my life do I have empathy for?
Oh, so you're not. So you're selfish and insecure. That's what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You tell me, what are the fundamentals of a democracy and being a patriotic American?
It's that everybody gets the same rights as individual rights. That has nothing to do with your race or gender or anything. We all have individual rights.
Sorry, it's just so funny to mute everybody right there. I'm sorry, it's just funny. That's all. I'm not arguing for myself. I'm arguing the fuck against myself. How do you know?
But
that's what I'm saying. If you're a patriotic American,
I'm not an American.
The fundamentals of a democracy.
First off, I'm not.
That one was me. I like it.
First off, I'm not American. I'm not even white, but I pass for it.
It doesn't matter.
It's worse. It's so much worse.
You and I, we're coming from the same place.
Every time I do it, like, can you fucking not mute? Thank you.
Sorry.
Jesus. Every time that I do that thing, pass for a white, that's, like, it's not, it obviously that's not okay. Like, there's something wrong here. And, like, all I wanted to get to here is, like, we don't need to waste our black brothers and sisters, etc. time anymore. They've already told us enough. We need to have conversations among white people or those who pass as white.
And that's why you and I are talking, and that's why I'm saying you have to have some caring about other
you're
people,
trying
not
to
just
tell
about
me,
yourself.
Like, I have a little dick energy, and, like, yes, I know. Like, that's why, like, yes, there's a big problem. Like,
so talk to me. How do you grow? How do you evolve? Talk to me.
I don't know. That's what, like, tell me. Like, I guess I think it's a pretty goddamn good idea to not, like, force our black friends into this conversation. That was the whole point of this.
Right, they go through enough shit. That's why you and I are talking right now. So tell me, how do you grow and evolve?
They have nothing more to tell us. Like, it's been the same thing over and again since, like, what, the 50s, probably?
Right, we could establish that. But I'm saying your own self, how do you grow and evolve?
No, it gets really hard because, like, I don't want to do the, like, woke bullshit thing.
I'm not talking about woke. I'm talking about, you can say you're super religious. I'm not talking about woke. I'm talking about anybody evolving. Anybody.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. Okay.
You. I'm saying any human beings by the same person. We all evolve as our personalities evolve, all of us. But we have to make a choice and have a plan on how to do that.
Okay, here's my plan. Let's give black people, like, half of our money. Honestly, that's my plan. Like, let's give black people about half of money. Like, we have to actually do something.
Yeah, but that's not a realistic plan, because that would never happen, right?
Of course it's not realistic. I'm exaggerating the fuck out of something so that, like, what if we give them 1% of the white people's money? Like, that would be something. We've done nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
How to do that? I'm not sure, but it's that's where I want to start from. Like,
you need the will.
We have to just straight up give them money. That's it.
Not even possible to do that. You know, they
yes, it is.
I mean, it's possible.
So easy. I'll show you what I mean. Like, imagine okay, this is an ad on TV about, like, some white town. It's lost it. First, the water went, and then the mill shut down, so the jobs left. And, you know, this is panning across a bunch of white people.
Yeah, a field, a barn or something. There's a barn.
Exactly. Like, imagine trying to do this at, like, first the crack came. It was put there by Reagan.
We need to get back to the rule of law in this country.
Right. Like, it doesn't. You see, like everybody wants to immediately go to when it's like, oh, should we do reparations? Yes, obviously, we need to give the black people money. Well, how do we do that? Shut the fuck up. Right there. That's where it all goes to hell. Like, because it's like, well, we need to make sure that they're... No, we don't. We do? Who's we? The white people? Like, would we do that to... Well, then the jobs left. And...
Right, but I thought we weren't talking about reparations.
No, they can't. We can't feed our children. We can't.
We're talking about you. I know you don't want to because it's hard. It's a difficult thing to do. Things we don't want to do are difficult.
Does anybody else see me in this way, or am I the
absolute opposite? I don't.
I'm the absolute opposite of what's being described, right?
Yeah, of course, but
personally,
some of this is on
how are you going to grow?
How are you gonna grow? I just used all of my skills to like show you did you listen to the commercial? Like,
No, they
first the
nuance is
dried
not
up,
something.
and now the white people, they can't feed their chitlins. And if anybody's gonna fuck my sister, it's gonna be me. Like, there's that commercial. Try to do it with black people. Like, well, first the crack came, and then all the black people smoked it. And now they don't have any crack, and they're poor.
Well, I understand that humor is supposed to deflect.
It's not funny.
I get it. Humor is deflecting, but you're going away from your own personal growth.
Well, the problem I see is that you're using these terms like racist, but most people are not thinking of it in the same context as you are, right? Like,
okay.
and then if you were to explain all of this, and then this leads to arguments. So,
if I may, I would like
so much. Are they okay?
I'd like to make a assumption. I think that's. You know what? I'm high as fuck. I forgot what I was going to say, bro. Never mind.
I love that. It was a good opening. It was an amazing opening.
Amazing.
What I was going to say.
I would like to make some assumptions too, but I have to think on for a minute.
I'd like to be a bad person. Is that okay?
See you later.
Not if you're a patriot. Not if you believe in humankind and other people. Good luck on your journey.
Can I tell you why I don't? It'll fuck you up. Like, it'll blow your world. Please tell me all about like why the refugees should believe in people.
I don't know that.
Why would they need to?
Of course
as
not.
soon as they leave the room, that's when it becomes funny because it's just my friends left. Like,
yeah, because people jump to conclusions constantly, right?
I know. Like, what was that? Like,
Oh wait, she left.
You're fucking up. You're fucking up the whole thing by like having a conversation about blacks. Well, like no, like why did you start this conversation to help black peoples? And
as soon as you said,
when there's a disparity between the two caused by one getting the upper hand on the other, and that go on for hundreds of years, like, don't you think that your personal growth is like? Yeah, I think maybe. Thank you.
She made her mind up about you.
Much. Like,
as soon as you said that you're racist, right? Like, because as soon as you said that, then her opinion was set, and you're not going to change it, right?
Right. And like, it doesn't. Like, I really get upset with myself if I tell somebody like that I'm not white. Like, unless it becomes necessary but I pass as white, because that. I mean, I hope that's worse.
I don't know if I count as white or not. Like, then some people, like, I would not, right? But plenty of other people I would.
Now, you, my Jewish whatever, like, that is a very good point there.
But it's not.
It's so unclear whether Jews count. No, I'm serious. It's so unclear.
It's a stupid thing to even talk about because who cares? I'm an individual. I'm an individual. And in my
you're Jewish, so it's easy for you to say it's stupid to talk about, but for someone who's not, they don't understand that, or they don't want to make assumptions. So I think there's value in talking about it.
It's part of my culture, but it's not something that defines me. I'm some parts of all my the whole, right? So that sounds vaguely sexual, but
if you're every hole's gold,
just Jewish, right? Like, I'm not just the color of my skin. I have my own personal interests, just like every other person.
Well, but you are Jewish, though.
I am.
Yeah.
But that should not be treated any different.
Come on, you look like a Jew. Of course, you look like a Jew, don't you?
I got a big nose, but I also broke it. Like, I have a big bump, like where I broke it.
It's hard. I think it's way harder to tell, like, where the confusion is definitely Jewish and white. Like that's way more confusing than like me being Roma and like white. That's not nearly as confusing.
Well, yeah, and I didn't have to grow up, in a society whatever. Yeah, I'm saying it.
Can I ask you? Sorry, that all. Are you like? Do you describe yourself as like very like genuinely outright proud to be Jewish?
Well,
That's
the
just-
word I wouldn't use is proud, but I'm proud to be who I am as a
I can answer
person.
for them. Yes,
But are you proud of like your heritage?
I'm totally kidding.
Sure. Yeah, my culture, heritage is all part of me and how I grew up. So yes,
Oh,
no,
that's so gay. I love it. But
I'm just asking that because you said
but it
it's
doesn't
not
define.
who I am, but like that's who you are though. Like your culture, your background, where you come from, that's your foundation, right?
let me try
One
this.
part.
Like,
One part.
I think like when I think of front run, I think like got sobriety under wraps. Like I think that before I think Jewish.
Yeah.
Is that weird? That like, I don't know whether that's weird to say. It's just like I'm just telling you how I think. Like
No, I would say being a drug addict was much more influential in my life than being Jewish has been.
there we go. That's pretty much what I'm like getting at, and it's just like I think of you being a filthy Jew as another pretty thing.
Yeah, that's just instant.
I mean it. Like, I think of you being Jewish as a pretty thing, but that other like you getting clean and staying that way. I think that first, and it's not that it's necessarily prettier. It's just maybe louder to me. I don't know why.
Well, how often do I don't talk about being Jewish very often because it doesn't affect me. Like, I don't use it in my day to day. So,
Well, I mean,
Makes sense.
That's a cool
me,
statement.
it's different.
Talk about being like First Nations like that. Like I don't use it in my everyday. That's so interesting.
but it's still part of who you are. Just like it's part of who I am, right? Like, I mean, it's not something I want to ever give up, but I don't know. The whole point was that individuals, and as individuals, we all have individual rights.
Ooh, no, this is cop out bullshit, right? Like this is how we don't do anything. Like the whole.
It's how we see each other as
People have
equals.
different whatever. Like yeah, cool.
Is that how we see each other as equals, right? Like, because it's an individual level, and that it doesn't matter. You're a human, which we all are. So that's the whole point.
Like that was how that was what this conversation was about. Like because the Constitution still says the same bullshit.
It says the 3/5 thing, but we have to like ignore that, right? Because it's not
No.
actually in place anymore.
No, I'm like it should be priority number one. Don't you think?
Well,
Like,
don't
let's change
forget
that
it,
shit right now. What?
If they have to make
How
an
does it
amendment,
happen? If it doesn't happen by a bunch of white people saying, "Yeah, that's priority one,"
Well,
how
I'm
does it
thinking
happen?
of how they would do it, because they're not. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't affect
Come
the.
on, like, when we want something done, we get it done. Like okay, like when there's a variant of NCOV-19 that's fucking everybody up. It's not very hard to make people stay indoors. Like we can pretty much do whatever.
Yeah, but they don't want to.
Fuck them.
Yes, agreed. But our opinion doesn't matter in that, I guess.
It's not your opinion, is it?
What is it? Belief?
It's melanin in skin. Black people are people. Like fucking 3/5 needs to go the fuck away. It needs to get out of our document.
I don't disagree.
By the way, I'm racist. Like, are we good? Like, anybody want to tell me that I'm good? What even did she?
I know what you mean, but most people
More
are.
comfortable with you outwardly telling me you're a racist than just hiding it and then it popping up.
But she's not the type of racist you're thinking, right? She's talking about
Ryan gets it.
of the system, and she doesn't actually hate anybody for the color of their skin.
Like, oh my,
I kind of hate myself, but that has nothing to do with skin color.
I'm saying, but yeah, again, my skin color is not involved in that one.
Well, I mean, I hate you, but that has nothing to do with
too.
skin color.
Yeah, it's mostly because you're a gender.
No, it's anti-Semitism.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I'll just say it. White people scare me. All right?
Me too.
Just all in general?
Yeah, old white people in public, double scary, bro.
All people in public.
I'm a racist.
Fuck out of me.
I mean, it's silly to be afraid of that. I guess. It's up to you.
What does an olive complexion look like?
Question. Do you remember Lana Kane from Archer?
Yes. Oh, she was. There's like green olives. There's red olives. They got black olives.
Wait,
Colors.
what the hell do you mean by a green olive? Can you imagine if I actually
The red thing in the middle is called a pimento.
right? Or like, sometimes it's called a. Hold on, I'm just thinking something really racist.
Yeah, I was trying to maybe India with a dot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what I walked in on, but like being Jewish in America, like I've been assimilated since first grade. I think I got like it just like got washed away.
Not all anymore.
Bar mitzvah.
Yeah, there was a bar mitzvah, but that was like express and then like have a nice day.
So, like, was there anything carried on at home, or like it was just kapoots?
No, bro. Fucking Benzona. I grew up in an urban environment where it was like I had to learn the new language. So it was like maybe there was a Passover when I was 12 where I put bacon bits on the table and my mom got mad and like they're fucking soy, first of all, but I was being young and punk. So I was like, I'm saying like it's neurologically a statistic that young kids. What's that? Sorry.
I said soy punk. I'm
Yeah. Oh my god, that's dank. No, but like, it's a neurological statistic that young children by the age of 5 or so will start to learn the language outside of the home intentionally because
that's 100%.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Neurological statistic.
That was going to be also a question. I just like to say, from my personal experience, that happened to me with Mi'kmaq, like my language, because I grew up. My parents spoke with my grandparents, and they spoke it and everything. And but then once my parents were like done school, we moved out, and like I was like assimilated like at like around like that same age, like 6, 8. I mean, a little older, but yeah, I just thought that was a cool story.
Right. Think about like how many of us had to move around at what part of our timeline. To answer your question, I ran through these lectures of this guy, Robert Sapolsky. He does like a neurological studies, and in one of them, he like really broke it down on language.
It has to do with the environment, though. Like that's when the age when the kids are actually going to daycare and so they're interacting with other people. So of course they're going to be.
No, I'm sorry. I asked what a neurological fact.
Oh, did I say? I thought I said statistic.
You did. That's right. Neurological statistic.
Gotcha.
Like, what that is. I didn't ask like what is this study that you're citing. It's just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just here we shouldn't do that, right?
Do what? Study our species?
Yeah. Like let's pretend for that. Yes, we shouldn't study our species. Seriously, we shouldn't try to play something else like, well, that is a blank, like. Where it's a linguistic mechanism for semantic satiation, where it's like it's implied. Oh well, if this is disagreed with, well, it is a neurological. I'm sorry, statistic thing.
But now who's welcome to the society? Like people do this.
Uh-huh.
I understand them.
But
I'm wondering if maybe we should revise because I do it too.
Like, what you got?
I'm sure I do it too.
When I was born back east, obviously I'm a white girl, even though everybody thinks I'm black. But I moved to the LA area, and at the age, right after kindergarten, they sent me back east to New Jersey, and my Czech and Polish grandmother's kitchen. Every morning I wanted French toast for breakfast. She made it every fucking morning, and I sat there and I spoke Spanish, and she was fucking blown away. And then it just so happened the lady across the street spoke Spanish and told her that I actually knew what the fuck I was saying. So it's really a trip when you look at it at that age group that you guys are talking about. But anyway, you guys are going to go back in my helmet. Lunch was great. I met a dude while you guys were talking about racism, and he talked to me about prejudice too. So it was kind of weird. I had it in both ears.
Talk to him about pride. See how that goes.
We did, actually. We talked to him about how people don't act right in society. We talked to him about people making eye contact.
Yeah,
We talked
I
about
thought that was a good.
the art of conversation. So many things happen. But love you guys. You're going back to my helmet.
I wasn't trying to discount anything you said there.
No, you're good. No, I really am. I am getting back there. Sorry, Ralph. I didn't mean to interrupt either anyone. But I just had a couple thoughts. You know, I have usually a few of them. And I usually burst out immediately.
Incredible.
I usually burst in immediately, but I
Has anyone else been talking? Not a chance.
I got a big bottle of Jameson. Yay!
Didn't mean to,
What? You didn't mean to what?
I didn't mean to discount anything you're saying. It just it just feels weird to hear something like. Was it? Well, whatever it was, it doesn't matter.
I'll say this, like when I say something fast, like it's meant to come out incorrect so that it can be discounted. I mean, I think that's the scientific process. So like maybe I should have said it like there has been some neurological studies that show children, you know, like how their language develops. And if you
I hear you. I'm probably way off, and like I think I'm just wrong, and like holding. It's just because we were discussing linguistics that I think I got into that mode, and I think I was just wrong there.
there's conspiracies and there's hypotheses and whatever, like there nothing is. That's one thing I try to run, you know, like the I versus we.
I love that.
Right? Nothing, like when in writing practice, like I try to avoid writing I try to use prepositions in a more like a available thought process, so it's not singular.
Sure, you mean pronouns, but yeah.
No. Yeah, but you know, like the we is they or they is we. What?
So when you say that, are you trying to change your language around like you being one with like the world and like its people?
Yeah,
and, like
that's
like as like are you thinking it from like a scientific standpoint of like being like one large organism?
I want to say yes to both, dude. Yeah. Like that's, I think it as like writing is practice, right? And then it starts to develop and forms your external thoughts. So like if you write in an internal way, you're going to be internal. I would think that that's what process does.
I agree.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, it depends on what you're writing. Like if you're writing something in a narrative that is in the first person, you're going to have to use those things. But it all depends on what you're doing. But the writing is good. I like writing.
Right. And I don't mean to say like there's anything bad about like being singular. It's just I feel like when I was younger and trying to write, I thought about like employing the practice of like citing, you know, things that were centuries old, because when you connect with literature of the dead, you can probably write something like a much more profound thought that way, even though like you're only, you know, 20 years old or whatever decade you're going.
Yeah, I hear that.
Dickens. What a Dickens.
No, I don't know who that is.
It's a very good literature
Dean
show.
Dawkins. So, earlier I didn't completely destroy. I was saving this. Genes are memes.
Or vice versa, right?
No, only that way.
It's a one-way street.
Yeah. Think about it for a second.
No, it has-
Genes are a meme. Object.
Single-celled organisms does not.
The theory. You say fact.
I think it's a fact. I guess, yeah, you're right.
The theory is as good as fact. It's just we don't use that kind of verbiage.
When we talk, like, and we get the words wrong, if you want to dig into the semantics of all of the different English weirdness, and there's a lot. I do. I'm writing idioms and fucking palindrome shit. Like, I'm into it. But what was it? Onomatopoeias, right?
What?
Pow. Rattle. Whiffle. Waffle. Boing, boing, the spring. Boing, boing. That's the best one.
Yeah.
Meow. Yeah, the cat.
That time I said neon, but
Oh, nine.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the word meow, it sounds like this. Oh, the cat does.
That was so good. Oh my god.
MC, I have a question about Charles Dickens. Did you read his Christmas Carol?
Yeah, I was in the play.
Oh, fuck, that's cool. Okay,
several times, but yeah, I don't know if I
Did
fully
you play
read it.
Tim?
What's you? Yeah,
No.
did you play Tiny Tim? Oh, you. Where's okay? Did you? Yeah. What was your favorite like modern telling?
Oh, the Muppet one for sure.
Okay, lit. Good shit. Good shit.
The one with Bill Murray is also good, though. You know, what was that one called? Scrooged?
No, it's
Yeah.
it's called zombie. No, it's called zombie.
Oh, okay, that one.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Zombieland.
God, it's Bill Murray. Oh my God, you shot Bill Murray.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that joke. I don't know if I ever.
Okay, because the zombies represent the ghost of Christmas presents.
We always end up here.
Well, you forgot. Okay, if the zombies represent Christmas present, what does Zombie Graves represent?
Okay, here's a question. Like, see how we're in virtual reality, futurology, Uncharted? There was a grime. No, that's just grime.
Like the cheap version, like the knockoff version, the Walmart brand.
I think she's.
It's too grimy.
No, I think she's the knockoff.
The original Grime, yeah, is the OG. Grimes is
Not like the Brothers Grimm. I mean, they
No,
not really said grime.
What do you- Like, I know the person who is a singer or whatever, or the quirky, I don't know what that
I'm
is,
under
but
the impression that her name is Grimes.
yeah, with an S. Which one are you
Yes.
talking?
Yeah, but like, see how like what you want to talk about, virtual reality, futurology. One of the topics was grime.
What did that mean, though?
If I know, that's fine. It's fine. Please, but by the way, I'm almost done with.
no way. That's amazing. I'm so excited.
Do you think it's a music category? Like,
I've been doing a lot of sketches, just I mean, nothing good, just like super manic scribbles, but just trying to get a feel for the world. Sorry, what'd you say, MC?
the grime under the topic thing, I was wondering if that was like some sort of music category, like grunge was in the 90s. But
It's a porn
more
category.
than, yeah, It is? Grime? Are they just dirty?
Grime, yeah, for real. Like it's in music and entertainment and maybe trending.
But it's not, it doesn't have to do with the person with the S in the name. It's a different thing.
I'm assuming it definitely did.
Oh, okay.
It's just, yeah, it just didn't have an S, and I thought, like, are they fucking with us? Because I don't know. They tried to give me back Tamagotchi at the same time. It's like, you guys never had Tamagotchi. I fucking inserted that.
I have one, I think.
I have one on my fanny pack right now.
That's weird, but I have one of them.
Man, fuck you. I got a fanny pack because I got an EpiPen.
Well, good for you. But
No.
Bee for it's anaphylaxis, right? Bees.
Yeah, it's a basically it's not bees now, it's peanuts. If I have peanuts, then my heart starts beating all erratic, and then my body shuts down and shit. Gotta give myself an EpiPen. I look like a crackhead. It's funny.
Well, if you wear the fanny pack, you gotta take the abuse. That's all. You know. I'm sorry you have to have the EpiPen, but
I just want you guys to say fanny as much as possible. Like, yeah. Like, say pack and fanny right next to each other, like over and again. Just like
Fanny pack, fanny pack, fanny pack, fanny pack, fanny pack.
Okay. I didn't know.
the Jewish woman's name.
Did not know for what I asked.
The nanny. What her name was? Fanny, right? Francesca or something.
Yeah, I think I can do her voice. I'm just kidding. Why would I possibly?
Don't do it.
Why would
Don't do
I
it.
possibly burden any of us with such a thing?
Can you please do it? And second, is that the same girl as Nanny McPhee?
Different nannies. One was the Nanny McPhee was a British nanny.
Okay.
What's a Mary Poppins?
Oh, she was a tour or what, I don't know what. She was a nanny too, right?
Great strain of weed, I can tell you that.
Au pair.
Goddamn right it is.
Au pair, right? That's when they live with you.
Fantasy sports?
Spent the last 10 minutes looking for this sailor poem, and you're talking about Mary Poppins.
You found it?
Do you want to hear a poem?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
It's called A Sailor Went to CCC, 1972. I guess it's written for children. So a sailor went to CCC to see what he could see, but all he could see was the bottom of the deep blue CCC. Sailor went to China to see what he could China, but all that he could China. The rest is a recording. The children sing.
If you didn't get the rest of it, that was lovely. I'd love to hear the rest of it.
I don't want to do the rest of it. The sailor goes to China, and then the sailor goes to Africa. It's three ballads. I was only looking for it because CCC, the deep blue sea. I thought it was older.
The sailor went to China to get some, chink vagina or something. There was great rhymes in there.
That's
Are you familiar with it?
No, but I'm saying I was hoping there was a rhyme there.
I think you're looking for like where we ran for the TikTok thing. Like, do we watch corrections? Are we?
I was looking for something a little more introspective, where like what the deep blue sea has something to do with like.
I'd love to share with you guys something that I wrote recently. It's called Only One Ocean. And
Hey guys, how you doing?
Please, I'd love to hear it.
Please, yes, thank you. Also, how are you doing today, Nelson?
Fine, how you guys are doing?
Great. We're just waiting for Zoe to share something.
What are you guys talking about today?
Poetry at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, this is called Only One Ocean. When you replace expression to make me feel unheard, superimposed condemnation, reduction to absurd, communication becomes a filthy word, something you mix phonetics or its meaning makes us cringe. There's only one ocean, look at the planet Earth, the wet is all connected and the dry was to it first. And out of the two, I've got to tell you which is worse, the idea that once we choose, two roads ever did diverge. You can only take one, and as for me and you, let's fit in one more like our first night. Let's form life in reverse you. I know who you are. What if I settle on a hug? I hope that you would listen, that you'd hear me, that you'd love me as much as you can. But tradition is a curse. It can encourage us to feel better only when worse. Just want to disappear at the poor 30. 54 of us were each connect to the other 43. We woke up in the rains, puddled with blood, and one idea. Underneath 7 shining trains will America see us. We are diplomats of the Republic of Pangea. We are the suicidal circle, wouldn't want to be ya. Don't let me go blind, we alone go crazy, keep placing colored lights to guide us through the masturbating that we so sorely need. Authority debuting soon, coming eyes, abandoned, vacate to the moon, our truth not in a single slide. Inside the carousel, mixed with the puddles on the tracks, hoping to become so broken that you could never put me back. Into 7 pieces, improv we could not rehearse. There are more things in this world. One of them's got to be worse. If you saw me and her, you'd have not called it done. The 7 seas all never were. But once upon a time, there was one. Try to see it first. Rideshare service hearses. Make a killing in IAP. There are more things in this world. If you see her and you, tell her I said hello. Keep smiling like before. We finally fell below. 7 tranquilities, the civility of curse. When we lost topography. Still more things, just not a world. One of them's gotta be possible to rehearse. One of them's just gotta be worse. Then the way I'm smiling, I'll die to keep your pain vaguely hidden from my world. Violet Lake we would have named. Don't you soldier back to old Buffalo Bill. Put the lotion where you asked, nullify my living will. The children laughing, the miracles you nurse, carried in a basket. There must be something worse. Dreams of cradle cat that gets infected till it hurts. If it gets a sunken treasure, I won't say a fucking word. I believe in us, she could have been the last. I believe in revolution and a future already past. I guess I believe in you no matter how it hurts. The best you ever had, yes, but no, I was never first. And yes, you will always be from now scared. It's all that you can do for being so terribly terrible. What the fuck? I don't care at all, Zoe. I know. You turn 2 on the 20-something of the fast approaching next month. Ha. Sweet. Give me less than nothing, please. Just make me feel something. Yes, something worse. Stop acting like the premise of lands and oceans and 8 through 29s and 7s. You aren't being a little girl in the way that is sexy because that never even met me. There aren't there? There are more things in this world. One of them's just gotta. One of them has just gotta be worse.
Beautiful. That is good.
I like that a lot. He had some really great rhymes.
That's beautiful.
Yep. That is
What is the number thing? That's 7 and 6. I just don't want to.
It's too. I can tell you about it later. It's just too specific to. Oh, I don't want to drop documents on anybody.
Gotcha.
it's not too mushy.
Thank you. I was worried about that. Honestly, like it's a little bit bitchy and emo.
But sincere though.
Yeah, but like, so is a lot of you shit.
It was a little bit mushy, but it was more like on a bigger scale. Like there was bigger things going on.
It's not much.
I appreciate that. I like to hear something that's. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Say something, it's not what.
It's not mushy.
Also, it comes around.
What goes around?
Captions on, Zoe.
Yeah, I always have captions on.
Oh.
You notice hers comes from the other direction, though?
Thank you, Unicode 200F in combination first with 3164. 3164, my favorite joining character. Unicode, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we will take all of the characters from every language and we will just put them in this fucking, like, weird thing. Why are we doing this?
Oh, don't forget the fonts, too. We want all kinds of different fonts in there.
Every font will conform to Unicode, but display every character differently. If you want your 3164 to display, I don't know, an A, go ahead and do it because it's a font. So, like, yeah, Unicode for the win.
Isn't it alpha, beta, disco, zeta?
Transcriber doesn't think so. I think Transcriber's looking for the native phonetic alphabet.
What are you guys talking about?
Well, there's UTHF8 and then 16, right? Or what? UTH.
Don't underestimate UTF-7.
Is that ever used still?
Well,
You see those converters, and like they have like big little Indian. Like, what the fuck is that? What machine was that used on?
when you combine ANSI with some Windows ISO and then some UTF standard, then you can kind of do whatever the hell you want with characters.
There's a drop-down list. It's got like 16 different things on it. What? Does that? No, nobody thinks it's weird.
Does nobody think it's weird?
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about characters, like as a type of datum, a piece of data, like a.
I don't. Weird. I don't think it.
Similar thing. Well, that unnecessarily long paper entitled Hyperloop was about Twitter Spaces being used to propagate the curse of NFTs.
Did he have an overly long paper about the tunnel thing?
Yeah, it's maybe like 34 pages of serifed 12-point.
What's in it?
A bunch of, well, I'm gonna act like I've read the French philosopher's stuff on simulation.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's typical Elon bullshit.
I mean, I didn't read that, but I remember I got an explanation of what the Hyperloop plan was, and it's like, what?
What do you mean? The plan was this. We're doing it right now.
Well,
It's about
it was described, right? It wasn't described as a Twitter space thing. It was, underground tunnels, and it seemed untenable.
It was described as a seek reward loop.
And now I want to read this fucking thing. They make some weird.
Don't waste your time reading that bullshit. Like, write something about simulation. It'll be better. Then read that. Let's do that. All of us. Let's do like one paragraph, and act like we've actually prepared it on any philosophical topic.
Ooh, like this. There's a lot of philosophical topics.
How about the atmospheric railway?
But it sounds very cool.
Atmospheric river, but an atmospheric railway? Never heard that.
You don't mean the Northern Lights? I'm just kidding.
I think it would be fun to disassemble the idea of an atmosphere. Like, make it a gradient, so it's like, well, there can't be an atmospheric anything. That's just one way to go.
I don't know. I found the Hyperloop Wikipedia. I didn't want to read the paper. And then the next term that stood out was atmospheric railway. So why don't we write like a 12-page paper?
Land on Dyson Sphere. Like,
Dyson.
yeah.
Metroshka brain. You gotta go past the Dyson Sphere's old. Metroshka, that's it.
I'm gonna go to the Metroshka brain. You need to know. Okay. You need to drink all of the vodka first.
But the Kardashev scale that we're on, is we gotta lose some weight.
Got to be thin. It is good to be thin.
We've got to utilize more energy.
We need to gain weight because the more weight you had, the more wealth you had.
This is the old style. The new style is to be, you want to look like the American girls,
Favorite.
If you're gonna do that, you have to start everything. And in Russia, we have same.
Russia, we have nothing. All we have. Ash and fire.
I know, though. I stayed out there.
Well, they let it grow, like,
That should
glass of
sneak in
water.
food.
Irish, so it's okay for me to joke about these things.
You're half Irish. 100% Jewish.
No, I'm
Mostly
always
silver.
I'm mostly silver.
When are you? Oh wait, you said you're not white. My
Don't forget
apologies.
your silver.
That's right, I'm not.
I missed I didn't.
I actually, this would be closer to my actual accent.
Well, what are Slavs?
I've been
Are Slavs?
taking accents my whole life. This is true.
Are,
It's supposed to run up to very expensive schools to get rid of an accent.
No, I was born either in Poland or Czechoslovakia. I'll never know which one.
One of them doesn't exist anymore.
Polblachia.
I mean, the place is still there. It's just called something different. That's all.
Poland? Is that
It was Poland, yes.
What was it called before it was called Poland? Before it was colonized? What was it called?
Istanbul, Constantinople.
What did the people that lived there refer to it as?
Well, they never learned how to turn a light bulb.
we weren't allowed. We weren't welcome there either. Like
Okay.
we weren't welcome in any of these places. That's how you end up not knowing. But Czechoslovakia.
Devices
I
and
think
bring.
oh my god, am I really doing math to figure out that I'm born in 1997? Good god.
I was like 17 then.
Really? I'm getting so close. Like,
96.
Am I thinking of Yugoslavia?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
what you're thinking of?
It's,
You guys are just
Czechoslovakia is right. I mean, it's right there. Like,
you guys are
that's
thinking about
anything happened to it.
it's all the Eastern Bloc though. It's just like always a mess. Prague.
the one we went to war with in the 90s, during the Clinton era, like that one, they changed names. Like they broke up the whole country.
They were chasing Slobodan Milosevic.
Yeah, that's the one. But what country was that?
Yeah.
The Serbia,
Serbia.
Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia.
And,
Right.
and Georgia was a part of that.
They've gotten the wrong one there.
I think it was the main part of
It was all
the war with the Clinton administration.
yeah. I don't know. It was all tied
It was a
together.
NATO. It was a NATO action, but yeah, the United States was involved.
I'm sorry. After President Orange, I don't know what NATO is.
Oh well, before him there was a Bush, and then before him there was a Clinton, and then before that there was a Bush. When Bush, Clinton, Bush. Yeah.
I have no jokes about that though.
I don't really either, but that is exactly what happened.
I do remember, like my first, president I remember is Bush one. I mean Bush two.
Yeah, the W.
W. Thank you. Yeah. I remember